Hell Ass Angels, Chapter 7, 10 seconds.
So you grew a little itty bitty horn and you think you're on my level? Ha! That shit is a nub. Come here, nubby. Zellum and James together laugh in their head. Maelstroy's body disappeared and Sully's teeth were biting on Zellum's arm. Zellum lifted his arm into the air along with Maelstroy and slammed it into his back. But Maelstroy, not willing to take anything lying down, used the other two heads to bite Zellum's other arms too. Zellum then uses an instantaneous aerial cartwheel followed by a sharply descending full knee into Maelstroy's stomach. All of his heads then let go of his arms and left Maelstroy to sharply scream.
Ah! You bastard! That hurt! A demon should not be defeated like this!
Stupid retarded thing, a foot soldier cannot give itself its own name. They can't? That's weird. Did you name yourself or was your name given? I guess you got a point, G. Zellum, while using his other free knee to knee Maelstroy into his stomach, was saying, "Dumbass," as he used his knee. Bow! Who names themselves as he used his other knee? Bow! Have your deeds been recognized? Uses his knee again. Bow! By a higher ranking demon? Uses his knee again. Bow! You're such a knee. Bow! A waste. Knee. Bow! Of my time. Knee. Bow! Ah! 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 Maelstroy starts to spit out blood profusely. "Let me end your suffering," Zellum says with a look of insanity on his face. Zellum raises up his Hellfire Heatwave sword above his head and summons another sword on the opposite hand that looks the exact same. The heatwave intensifies to the point the ground around him turns to magma. The oxygen in the air gets thinner and even Maelstroy begins melting. But clearly, there's a barrier about 30 feet in diameter around the two of them to keep the heat from spreading. Zellum stabs two swords into the two of the heads. They burst into flames, but their source energy swirls around Zellum's angel wings. Pathetic. Zellum looks at Maelstroy with a pity and slight irritation. He then kicks Maelstroy and he screams in pain while flying into another yard. 4 seconds left. Maelstroy gets up with his remaining head and then disappears. This time it flew into the air and did a downward spiral spinning wheel move.
Fuck you! Demon technique! Blazing howling roller!
The flames around him get a darker shade of blue, burning hotter and hotter. Zellum lifts both of his arms above his head, with each hand holding a green flame hell sword. They begin to glow, almost turning a neon light green color. He pushes them together and infuses into one large, 20-foot long neon green claymore wreath in green flames. Zellum takes the big green flaming claymore sword and then he uses his technique. Primordial flame! Green fire flaming space slash! Zellum started spinning so fast he started to fly upwards. He then started to head towards Maelstroy, slashing into his flesh with blood flying everywhere. The space where he cut the demon creates a slash-shaped rift in time and space. As the slash collapses, it creates a mini black hole, and the spatial barrier that Zellum sets up collapses. This causes all the flames that were burning to be absorbed into the mini black hole in an instant. Once it collapses, it turns into a smaller black hole. Zellum picks it up and then it begins to start to glow a neon green light that gets smaller and smaller until it disappears into Zellum's hand. G-phone alarm goes off. Right on time. I told you. Did I not, James? 10 seconds. He smiles triumphantly. Chapter 8 next. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.